This is a really special one. Brett is in a hat, and it is a hat with a story. Where's your hat from?
Oh, this is my pop's hat. So my dad's hat.
That's amazing. He was where in the war?
He fought in Africa. He fought in Italy.
Yep. Probably a bit in Greece. Did he go to Crete?
Yeah. So Greece, partway through.
They crossed down to Crete, and then they kind of went to Egypt.
And then so it was kind of like from, I think, even in India, or what was the old India then.
Yep.
And then down, and then finished up in Africa.
And his brothers went off to war as well.
Yeah, so like six of the Wellington brothers, all fought in World War II. And for like 4 years, only for me to be able to just stand here in peace, like against this. So it's pretty hard for me to not be here, knowing what they went through. And I've not only that, I've got a coin in my wallet that, like, so he carried a coin belt through the whole war. It's still got some little Tommy gun bullets in it.
Wow.
And stuff. And then all these coins that he collected from all the different places he fought in the war.
And got that?
I didn't bring the whole thing down. I just brought one coin because I didn't want to risk losing it. But I brought one coin down,
See, last Thursday when I was here and the police were moving on the people, I looked each policeman I could, or woman, in the eye, and I said, your grandfather or great-grandfather fought for us to be free to stand up to a government that's overreaching. Did you feel that too when you saw that the police going against the people? Did you think that is not New Zealand?
To be honest, I saw it a long time ago. And then when I saw what was happening to the people here, like, because I was here the day earlier. What day was that? Thursday?
That was Thursday of last week.
So I was here on the Tuesday. And then I had to go back on the Tuesday. It was only just a day trip.
Yep.
I knew I was going to be back eventually, but I didn't know when.
Yep.
But then seeing that stuff on Thursday, it was just like far out.
What did you feel when you saw that? Because
I felt guilty.
Mainstream media has not mentioned the police violence.
Yeah,
Why did you feel guilty?
That I wasn't here.
Yep.
Basically.
Because you're honouring the man who wore this.
Yeah, I think I'm scratching my head in disbelief that the rest of New Zealand can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's madness.
What is it, Brett? Do you think that's going on? What's your message to the rest of New Zealand?
It's obvious. It's pretty obvious. Like you have to be blind and deaf to not. I mean, and no disrespect to the blind and deaf, but to not see the lies being played out. Like I say it to people, I say it to friends. If I had told you what's going on now 2 years ago, you would have been calling me exactly what you're calling me now, a conspiracy theorist. However, if I told you that 2 years ago, and then repeated that now, like, you know what I mean?
I know. I interviewed Sesh. You know Sesh?
Yeah.
He's amazing. And he said,
I watched it.
If everything we're doing now suddenly happened overnight, all New Zealand would have said, no way.
They would have given the middle finger and said, no way.
Get lost, Jacinda. But she did it bit by bit by bit.
By bit. And I've even seen it happening in my own community where, like I have mates that have got my back, like no matter what, like they'd have my back. But in this instance, where they're forced to kind of carry on, because what they've done has been very, it's evilly clever.
It is.
How they've gone about it, because they've manipulated people in a way that has made them reject their own family and friends, because they've been forced to carry on and leave the people that they love behind. So for me, I can't paddle. I can't paddle in any official sports races, right? I can
what
still
do you
paddle.
Mean paddle?
Paddle is in Wakama. So I can't race in any official races. I can still paddle with my mates. I can still paddle on my single, but I'm excluded from anything else because the sporting, like that, and they've done the same thing with the kids. With we haven't mandated kids, but let's just take away all their sporting, all their dancing.
It's
pretty much everything that's keeping our mental health intact, and keeping us sane and keeping us happy. We'll just take it all away. So, but we haven't mandated the people.
But how does that feel in your heart? Because you obviously love paddling.
I'm pretty well. It sucks, but that's all I've got. I've lost a whole heap of stuff. That's the biggest thing that I've lost.
Yep.
I don't have a mortgage and I don't have children, so I don't have to worry about them necessarily. I'm still worrying about my country and all of my friends and my friends' kids and my nieces and nephews and all that stuff, but
it's not... And the future.
Yeah.
What would your grandfather be saying to someone like Jacinda Ardern if he was alive today? What would he think of a woman like this who's lied to the country?
Probably the same as what I'm thinking.
Which is,
like, how dare you,
Say it right down that camera.
Like, how dare you, like, you're manipulating your own people,
Yep.
you've betrayed your own people, you've manipulated your own people, you're a mother, and yet you're doing this to children knowingly and willingly. There isn't any words, I'm lost for words.
Absolutely.
I'm lost for words. I don't want to swear, but you're shitting on an entire nation. And the people that are still don't realise what's going on, they'll soon learn. They'll soon know. You can see what's going on here, and you can't hide from it.
Now, talking about here, tonight a friend rang me and said the news is still saying, oh, those terrible protesters are desecrating monuments, making a mess, and it's all untidy.
Yeah.
That is not my impression. What's your impression, Brett, of here, of this?
My impression is people are just standing in their own convictions. They're holding their truth.
Yeah.
And they've had enough. Like, it's the protesters need to do this before we talk to them. The protesters need to do that. But we have bent over backwards. Like, I'll admit, you sucked me in the beginning, big time, hook, line and sinker. But then I started seeing that the plain lies, one after the next, and like, I just saw through it.
Yeah.
Like.
But talk about the positive here. For me, this is clean, organised. It's extremely
The positive
loving.
of this
What's
is that
this like?
the beauty that we're seeing around here. This is our new country.
Yes.
In my opinion, like, this is everybody that's here now will come out of the woodwork. They'll be the new leaders of the country moving forward. Yourself, you'll be head of the new news hub or whatever it will be called, right? Because the old one won't be there anymore. The new one will be there, and it'll be run by people with empathy, compassion, genuine care, like all of the things that we're brought up with, that we know, that we're born with, and we're being manipulated and having it sort of pulled out of us.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? We don't need leaders anymore. We are all equal together.
We all are.
And we will all do this together. We'll build a new country from this absolute wreck.
We can.
I do not want any leaders in that building anymore. I don't trust any of them.
Like, they've lost the trust, haven't they?
Yep. We can put it out to
and
communities.
And we've been here for nearly 2 weeks now. I haven't, but the people have, and nothing.
Not one has come down and met us.
So where is the trust? Where is your leadership skills?
Absolutely.
We're told.
Why are we paying them all this money?
We're told from an early age, it's lead by example. Everyone knows that saying, lead by example.
Where's the example? Hiding in there.
Where's the example? The example is, I'm going to milk people for everything that they have. I've worked since I was 17 years old, day in, day out. Other than my holidays, like my annual leave or whatever, I work for myself now. I'm still trying to make an effort. I've never been on the dole. I've never done anything wrong to anybody. I've paid all my taxes, and I still can't afford a house.
Yeah.
All I want is a little piece of something where I'm not doing up people's rentals and then they're selling it on me, because I've got it to a level where I can sell it now because thanks for doing it up.
Yep.
I can sell it now and make a profit.
Yep.
You've turned a country into a business.
Yes.
Where you're essentially, you're using the people as your little worker ants.
Yes.
And we're getting nothing for it anymore. It's just
exactly.
And there's someone saying exactly, and we're meant to be paying them to look after us, and no one is feeling looked after. But here, we're looking after each other.
I haven't understood, I haven't really been into politics or paid much attention to it in the past, but I've learned so much in the last 3 months just from following this. Because clearly I'm quite passionate, but like seeing what's going on now, I've seen the greed and I've seen the corruption at a business level, at a small business level, for I don't know, the last 10 years, since I've kind of been doing my own little sort of business ventures and stuff. And it's never really made sense to me where people have this business model where it's smart business to be able to basically bleed people of everything they have. it's like find a little bit more, squeeze a little bit more.
Yep.
You know, if everyone just done and got what they needed, everyone would have a little share. You know, it's not that difficult. It's not that complicated. Hey, you know?
Hallelujah.
And all it's just that. It's not rocket science, you know? And you would have an entire world which was happy.
And it's like this, where everyone's giving and helping everyone else.
Yeah, you walk around, you accidentally bump into someone, and then the first one to say, you're like, sorry. You know, everyone's so apologetic. It's like, oh yeah, jump in line, or, you know, opening the door, or...
It's so
This is the New
here.
Zealand we want to live in, right here. If anybody thinks what's going on here is like, you know, oh, there's rubbish everywhere, and you hear this bull crap on the news, like there's feces everywhere, like, I've never seen such clean Portaloos. I don't know, I've been to a ton of festivals and I've never seen Portaloos as clean as the ones that are here. So you can shove your lies, you know, just come on.
It's beautiful.
You know,
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Hamilton.
I love those
the
Hamilton
mighty
boys.
Waikato,
Absolutely.
You know?
What a beautiful...
And proud, like I'm proud of the Waikato. I'm Tainui proud, you know?
That's beautiful.
Like, I whakapapa to the Waikato, I whakapapa to here. You know, I'm proud of where I come, I'm proud of who I am. I'm not proud of those guys.
No.
They're bastardizing everything that we have.
You're such a truth teller. Thank you, Brett. It's really beautiful.
Hey, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Hug.
It's a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And thank you for your work.
Thank
you. Know?
you.
Yeah.
It's really, really amazing.
Awesome.
Honoring your grandfather.
I'm just, you know, it's not hard. It's not hard. Like I say, he fought 4 years in mud and crap. And I've even heard the stories where he had to go over little foxholes and spin on soldiers, you know, like where they drive over foxholes, and he's telling stories about how people were screaming as he's spinning the tank over people, you know, like, and all we got to do is come here and just stand peacefully.
And say
like,
no more.
So me being here is just, it's not rocket science.
Would you say to all Kiwis, come and see this?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're crazy enough to just assume something that the media is telling you, how many lies do the media need to tell you before you'll come and have a look for yourself? You know?
It's a good line.
End of story.